Alright guys, it's time to do a quick analysis on EOS. If you wanted to see the full analysis of EOS and Chronos, take a look at the link in the description. But this one we will just briefly cover EOS, the overall count, not how I arrived there. As always, if you'd like to join us over at www.cryptocurrentlyvip.com, we're happy to help you learn some risk management techniques, trading techniques, and lots more. Any questions you might have that are trading related, we're happy to help you with. Here, the EOS cycle is a lot different than the other cycles, than most of the other cycles. Our high was made in April on EOS, where most of them made the high in January. I believe we completed a three-way move here, A, B, C, and have since been correcting against that. So the question becomes, was this right here the end of our correction for EOS, or do we still have more left? And in my opinion, if we're going to continue correcting, it'll look something like this. I think we will have a long time before we make a new low. I don't believe that we head to a new low from this move here. So let's take this up to primary. Well, not quite primary. Just like this, we'd have a large W, a large X, followed by a final Y down. You'd have to look at this on a log chart for it to really make any sense. We won't be going below zero. Alright, we're going to go off log and we are going to look at the local corrective move, or the local, I would call it corrective. I think it's pretty clear that we did have a couple of things happen in here. This is an impulse. This is an impulse. They are followed by a corrective move. And if we take a look at time analysis here, the B wave took just over twice as long as the A wave. This is quite common. This should be expected. 1 to 2 to 3 times as long as the corrective move, or as the impulsive move, is essentially a requirement for me. So we've got an impulse, we've got a correction, and we've got an impulse to follow it. We saw something similar on Bitcoin and Ethereum. However, this final impulse was quite choppy compared to the initial impulse on those coins. I can't really find a count over there that suggests that those two waves are related. However, on EOS, let's grab the date and price range tool here. We moved 107% across 102 bars, so 17 days. Where here, moved 110% across 26 days. They are very, very similar. So in my opinion, these two are related to each other, and I believe we've completed a three-wave move up, which could be all of a W wave. And then we'd be starting a X behind it. As you know, X waves can be made of a three-wave move, so we could have an A, B, C, and then we're complete. We move up on our Y move. However, from what I've seen in the markets, more commonly we're going to take at least as long in the X wave, as we took in the W wave when it comes to sideways combos. There's also double zigzags. Double zigzags, you could see the X move pretty quickly, just like this, and then the Y move up. Strong like this did. It seems more likely to me that we're in some kind of double combo than a double zigzag. So I lean towards looking for a long period of sideways through here. Hate to be the bearer of that news, but I think it's very likely. I don't know if we're quite topped out here. The count in here is rather unclear. On EOS, I would suggest something like this. But Bitcoin and ETH don't really necessarily look the same. Yes, EOS can have some individual movements, but for the most part, the count in here is looking overall similar. There's some small differences that suggest that we may not get this. We may just move up a little bit further from here. Or the bottom could fall out, or B could be complete here. Time analysis says that it is possible. If we're counting subwaves, this would be our A, our B, and our C could be done at 3 times as long as this A wave. I'm going to take this guy off here. But based on price, this A was way more impulsive than this move. And I don't really consider this being correlated to this move. And therefore, I would look for one more down and a move up. Regardless, I think there's a pretty good short somewhere in this range if we push up one more time. For longs, I think we're looking somewhere around the top here. If we put a fib retracement on this guy, pull it from the bottom here to the top here, it lines up pretty well with the 50% mark. Potentially the 62.5% mark as well. Yep, somewhere in here. You have some previous price action in here. So there's a couple ways to do it. You can wait for the trend line to break to catch the long. I probably wouldn't wait for that one. You can also draw a trend line on this final move and buy the breakout above that trend line. This is, in my opinion, the best way to do it. You can set some limit orders, but there's always a potential that they can get hit. So essentially, you look for this final wave to form, and you buy the breakout of the downtrend. You look for some kind of flag to buy the breakout. It should be pretty obvious, to be quite honest. Alright guys, that's really all I've got on EOS. If you haven't checked out the others, I do have videos up on Ethereum and Kronos, and I will try to link those in the comments. Guess I can't move these too much. I already timed them out. We shall see you in the next video. Good luck in your trading.